And welcome back, and it is a new month. It's the 1st of March, higher plus 5 a day, and let's just go straight to the first question. Okay, so what do we have? So we have a simplify. So implicitly I need to expand and then simplify. I'm pausing for a second because I'm trying to work out or just double check I can't factorize or make it easier, and I can't. So I'm just going to have to do this, aren't I? Let's do it over to the right, so I just don't try and squish things in. So first step, let's do 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. So quick check, it's 2x minus 3 cubed, so I don't do the wrong thing. Good. Right, first bracket, so 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times minus 3 is minus 6x, but then I double it to give me minus 12x. And minus 3 times minus 3 is plus 9. So far, so good. And then I've got another 2x minus 3. Now, if you see me do these before, I then write these in columns, which makes it easy to add up. So 4x squared times 2x is 8x squared. 2x times minus 12x is minus 24x. And 2x times 9 is plus 18x. Then I'm going to multiply everything by minus 3. So minus 3 times 4x squared is minus 12x squared. Minus 3 times minus 12 is plus 36x. And minus 3 times 9 is minus 27. And let's carefully add all this up. So that's going to give me 8x squared. Minus 24 minus 12 is going to give me minus 36x squared. And 18 and 36, now I'm going to check that to make sure I don't get it wrong, is going to give me 54x minus 27. So that's the first bit done. Then I'm also going to do the same thing again. So x minus 4, let's just check it's x minus 4, yep. So x minus 4 times x minus 4. We've started the month off with a big question, haven't we? It's going to give me x squared minus 4 times 2 is 8. So it's going to be 8x plus 16 times x minus 4, phew. Then again, it's column idea again. So x times everything is going to give me x cubed minus 8x squared plus 16x. Multiply everything by minus 4 is minus 4x squared. Minus 4 times minus 8 is plus 32x. And minus 4 times 16 is minus 64. And let's add all this together. So that's going to give me x cubed minus 12x squared plus 48x minus 64. Oh, quick breather before I do the final part. Now, what are we doing? Now, you have to be really careful here because I'm taking away. So I need to really carefully take 1 away from 2. And because of the way I've written it, I can't see these very easily. Okay, let's carefully take these things away so I don't make an error. So 8x cubed minus x cubed is going to give me 7x cubed. Minus 36x squared minus minus is a plus, so plus 12x is going to get me back to minus 24x squared. 54 minus 48 is 6, so plus 6x. And minus 27 minus 64, I'm not going to risk this last one, so minus 27 minus minus 64 is plus 64, which is plus 37. Wow. Well, I can tell you now, I will double check that before I load the video, but I'm pretty sure I got most of that right. Very easy to mess that up, very easy to get the double negative, very easy to make a simple mistake. So well done if you got that. And if you're reading it now, I have double checked it first, so I should be okay with it. Next question, which thankfully is a lot easier. Okay. I'm not going to go into how to do surds here a lot, but really quickly, this is the same as root 4 times root 2, which is the same as therefore 2 root 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. This is the same as root 9 times root 2, which is the same as 3 root 2. The whole point of adding surds is you can only add them if the surd is the same, and they are both root 2, so I can add them together, which is going to give me 5 root 2, and that was much easier than the one I've just done. Next question. Okay, this is going to be one of those estimating questions. So a scientist wants to live near a number of toes, lake, Friday. Okay, so she catches 90, so she's tagged 90, and then releases them back. And then on Saturday, she catches 50 and 7 of them are tagged. So in other words, if I write it out like this, out of the 50 she caught, 7 are tagged. But I know 90 are tagged, so therefore I need to scale this up by multiplying by 90 over 7. So I need to do the same thing here. So multiply by 90 over 7. So that is going to give me 50 times 90 over 7, which is, well, it's not a round number because it's 642 and a bit. So 642.8 or 0.9 actually. No, I don't actually read what the question wanted to do. I'm guessing at the question. So let's just double check. So estimate the number of toads that live near the lake. Well, that's what I've done by scaling up. So I think either of these two answers will be fine. But 643 is probably the correct rounded answer. 642 will probably be allowable as well. So 643 is the answer that I'm going for. Next question. There are 12 counters in a bag. It looks like a probability question. 8 are red, 3 are white. Read it again. 8 are green, 3 are white, 1 is red. Connor takes 2 counters at random from the bag. So no replacement implicitly because he's taking 2. So 1 and then another one. Work out the probability that Connor takes 2 counters of different colours. Now, 2 ways of doing this. So you could do a green and a red, a white and a red, a green, but the problem is you've got lots of combinations. So I'm going to do 1 minus the probability of red and red, minus probability of white and white, minus the probability of green and green. In other words, I'm basing on the assumption that if you add all probabilities together, that's 1. So I'm taking away the ones I don't want, and that leaves me behind the ones I do want, which is different counters. Again, simplistically, 1 minus the same is the different. That's going to be, now, I can actually just skip this first one, can't I? Because you can't have 2 red counters because there's only 1 to choose from. So that's 1 minus 0 because I can't have red and red. I can, however, have white and white. So white and white is 3 counters for the white divided by the original 12, multiplied by the remaining 2 counters times the remaining 11 in the bag. And then green and green, same idea, is 8 counters out of the original 12, multiplied by the remaining 7 counters out of the remaining 11. Well, I'm going to ignore the 0, so that's going to be 1 minus 6 over 132 minus 56 over 132. So calculator out, so it's going to be 1 minus 62 over 132, which is 35 over 66. Noting my calculator has already simplified it for me. So 35 over 66 is my answer. Final question of today. It's been a difficult start to the day, hasn't it? There's a nice little mix of questions today. What do we have? X squared plus 16y squared equals 8xy. X is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. Find the ratio x to y. Okay, not massively sure where to go with this question. What I do notice, however, you can actually almost hear my brain trying to think this through. What I do notice, however, is if I move, let me show you what I mean. So move the xy to the other side. Something in my head is triggering. I'll show you when I've written it down. This looks like a quadratic. So if you imagine the y wasn't there, you would say this is the same as x minus 4 squared. So I must be able to write this is the same as x minus 4y squared. I'm going to write it like this and then I'll show you what I mean. Is equal to 0 because x times x is x squared and x minus 4y is minus 4xy and another one is minus 8xy. Yeah, that's correct. Which means it must therefore be true if it equals 0 that x, oh there we go, yeah, so x equals 4y. Right, let's pause for a second. This is you've just seen me do it, and I'm going to not change the video in any way whatsoever. I'm going to leave everything that went through my head in the video. It's a really good example of having absolutely no idea what a question was asking me, just doing some maths, and then it kind of falling out. And unfortunately, occasionally that's what you need to do. So every now and then you'll read a question, it will say, here's a probability, can you show this? And you'll think, well, where does that come from? You just kind of have to do what you know sometimes and then kind of hope that an answer is going to emerge. In this case, the answer that does emerge is that x equals 4 times y, which means x is 4 times bigger than y. So therefore the ratio of x to y is 4 to 1. Wow, what a final question. God, do let me know how you did today. That's a real mix of questions, wasn't it? Started difficult, or started with a lot of algebra. Second one not too bad, and then the last 3 were somewhere between medium and very challenging. Good set of questions though. Might tell us where March is going. But either way, stick with it. As I do, like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Thanks all.